All right, guys, stop what you're doing right now because you're about to discover the holy grail of attraction. Have you ever wished you could read a woman's mind? To know exactly what she's thinking and feeling without her even saying a word? Well, what if I told you that the key to unlocking her deepest desires lies in the subtle language of her body? That's right. Today we're going to dive into the world of female body language and uncover the secret signs that she's absolutely crazy about you. But here's the thing. This isn't just some random clickbait or pickup artist BS. No, we're talking about the cutting-edge science of human attraction, backed by years of research and real-world experience. And the best part? Once you know these signs, you'll be able to spot them anywhere, anytime, whether you're at the bar, the office, or just walking down the street. Before we move forward, if you're ready to take your dating life to the next level, there's a free strategy call waiting for you. Links in the description or pinned comment. 1. Holding her own hand. First up, let's talk about a subtle but powerful sign. When a woman holds her own hand or wrist while talking to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just a nervous habit? Well, my curious friend, it's actually much more than that. When a woman is attracted to you, her subconscious mind starts to imagine what it would be like to have your hands on her body. And in that moment of fantasy, she might find herself gently grasping her own hand or wrist, as if it were yours. It's a way of physically manifesting that intimate connection she's craving. But here's the kicker. She might not even realize she's doing it. That's the beauty of body language. It often reveals our deepest desires without us even being aware of it. So, the next time you're chatting with a lovely lady and you notice her fingers gently wrapped around her own wrist, take it as a sign that she's picturing your touch on her skin. Of course, this isn't a foolproof method. Some women might just have a habit of holding their own hands, but when combined with other signs of attraction, it's a pretty strong indicator that she's into you. 2. Pressing her chest forward. Now let's move on to a sign that's a little more overt. When a woman subtly presses her chest forward while talking to you. Gentlemen, this is not a drill. When a woman is emphasizing her assets in your direction, it's a clear indication that she wants you to take notice. But why does she do this? Well, it all comes down to the primal instinct of attraction. When a woman is interested in a man, she subconsciously wants to appear more fertile and desirable. And what better way to do that than by accentuating her curves? Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a bit objectifying? And you're right, we should always respect women for more than just their physical attributes. But the truth is, these instincts are hardwired into our biology. It's not about reducing a woman to her body. It's about recognizing the powerful, subconscious signals that attraction can manifest. So how can you tell if a woman is deliberately pressing her chest forward? Pay attention to her posture. If she's standing up straight with her shoulders back and her chest out, it's a good sign that she's trying to catch your eye. And if she does this while maintaining eye contact with you, well, let's just say you might want to start thinking about what your next move is going to be. 3. Grazing her fingertips. All right, let's talk about a sign that's so subtle, you might miss it if you're not paying attention. I'm talking about when a woman gently grazes her fingertips over her own skin while she's talking to you. Now, this one might seem a bit odd at first. After all, why would she be touching herself in the middle of a conversation? But here's the thing. When a woman is attracted to you, her body starts to crave your touch. And if she can't have your hands on her skin, she might subconsciously start to mimic that sensation herself. It could be a light brush of her fingers against her collarbone, or a gentle caress of her arm. Whatever the case, it's a sign that she's imagining what it would feel like to have your hands on her body. But here's the catch. This sign is easily missed if you're not tuned into her body language. It's not going to be a big, obvious gesture. It's going to be a fleeting moment, a subtle touch that you might not even register if you're not looking for it. So, the next time you're deep in conversation with a beautiful woman, pay attention to her hands. If you catch her fingertips grazing her skin, it's a pretty good indication that she's thinking about more than just your witty banter. 4. Stroking her throat. Now, we're getting into the more sensual signs of attraction. When a woman lightly strokes her throat or the base of her neck while talking to you, it's a sign that she's feeling a bit flushed and flustered in your presence. But why the neck, you might ask? Well, the neck is a highly erogenous zone for many women. It's sensitive, vulnerable, and often associated with intimacy. When a woman touches her neck, she's subconsciously drawing attention to this delicate area and inviting you to imagine what it would be like to place your lips there. But it's not just about the physical sensation. Stroking the neck is also a self-soothing gesture. When we're feeling nervous or excited, we often touch our necks as a way of calming ourselves down. So, if a woman is stroking her neck while talking to you, it could be a sign that she's feeling a bit overwhelmed by her attraction to you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But what if she's just scratching an itch? And sure, that's a possibility. But if you notice her doing this repeatedly, especially when combined with other signs of attraction, it's a pretty strong indicator that she's into you. So, the next time you're chatting up a gorgeous woman and you notice her fingers gently grazing her throat, take it as a sign that she's imagining your lips on her skin. And maybe, just maybe, you'll get the chance to make that fantasy a reality. If you're enjoying the content and looking to transform your dating life, don't just watch, act. Our free strategy call offers personalized tips on meeting more women and dating with confidence. Find out more by clicking the link in the pinned comment. 5. Sucking her lower lip. Gentlemen, if you see a woman subtly sucking her lower lip into her mouth while she's talking to you, pay attention. This is a sign that she's feeling a strong physical attraction and is subconsciously imagining what it would be like to kiss you. When we're attracted to someone, our lips often become more sensitive and engorged with blood. This can lead to a subconscious desire to draw attention to our mouths, and sucking on the lower lip is a common way to do this. But it's not just about the physical sensation. Sucking on the lower lip is also a highly suggestive gesture. It mimics the act of kissing and can be a subtle invitation for you to lean in and plant one on her. Of course, this sign isn't always a green light for you to go in for the kiss. It's important to read the overall context and make sure that she's comfortable with physical contact. But if you've been vibing with a woman and you notice her gently tugging at her lower lip with her teeth, it's a pretty strong sign that she's thinking about locking lips with you. So pay attention to her mouth, gentlemen. Her lips might just be telling you everything you need to know. 6. Breathless voice. Now, let's talk about a sign that you might not see, but you'll definitely hear. When a woman is attracted to you, her voice might take on a slightly breathless quality when she talks to you. But why does this happen? Well, when we're feeling aroused, our heart rate increases and our breathing becomes shallower. This can lead to a slight change in the way we speak, making our voices sound a bit more airy and sensual. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what if she's just out of breath from running to catch up with me? And sure, that's a possibility. But if you notice her voice taking on this breathy quality consistently throughout your conversation, especially when combined with other signs of attraction, it's a pretty good indicator that she's feeling the heat. But here's the thing. This sign is not always easy to pick up on, especially if you're in a loud or crowded environment. So, if you want to tune into her vocal cues, try to find a quieter place to chat where you can really focus on the nuances of her voice. And when you do hear that telltale breathiness, take it as a sign that she's feeling the sparks fly between you. Who knows? Maybe your own voice will start to take on a similar quality as the chemistry builds between you. 7. Pressing her thighs together. All right, gentlemen, this next sign is a bit more subtle, but it's a powerful indicator of arousal. When a woman presses her thighs together while she's talking to you, it's often a subconscious reaction to the physical excitement she's feeling in your presence. But why the thighs, you might ask? Well, when a woman is turned on, blood flows to her pelvic region, which can create a tingling sensation in her thighs and genital area. Pressing her thighs together is a way of subtly relieving that tension and maybe even amplifying the sensation. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what if she's just crossing her legs? And sure, that's a common way for women to sit. But if you notice her pressing her thighs together tightly, maybe even squirming a bit in her seat, it's a pretty good sign that she's feeling more than just comfortable. Of course, this sign shouldn't be taken as an invitation to make any unwanted advances. But if you've been flirting with a woman and you notice her thighs pressed firmly together, it's a good indication that your charm is working its magic. So, pay attention to her lower half, gentlemen. Her thighs might just be telling you everything you need to know about her level of excitement. 8. Sweeping her hair to one side. The last sign we're going to talk about is a classic move that women have been using to signal their interest for centuries. When a woman sweeps her hair to one side, exposing her neck and shoulders, it's often a sign that she's feeling flirtatious and wants you to take notice. But why is this gesture so powerful? Well, as we mentioned earlier, the neck is a highly erogenous zone for many women. By exposing this delicate area, she's subconsciously inviting you to imagine what it would be like to nuzzle in close and plant a few kisses there. But it's not just about the neck. Sweeping her hair to one side also draws attention to her collarbone and shoulders, which are other areas that many people find attractive. It's a way of highlighting her feminine features and maybe even giving you a subtle peek at what lies beneath. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what if she's just trying to get her hair out of her face? And sure, that's a possibility. But if you notice her doing this repeatedly, especially when combined with eye contact and a coy smile, it's a pretty strong sign that she's trying to catch your eye. So, the next time you're chatting with a beautiful woman and you see her sweep her hair to one side, take it as an invitation to lean in a bit closer. Who knows? You might just end up getting lost in the scent of her shampoo and the softness of her skin. So now that you know how to spot those signs, what's next for you? Discover the phrases that increase sexual tension, or learn what she's thinking when she stares at you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.